Hello everyone, this is JC Reddy. Welcome back to my channel. Today we will discuss about the performance testing process. In performance testing process, we have a different phases. The one is proof of concept, requirement gathering, test plan preparation, script design, bulk data setup, multi-user scenario design, test execution, monitoring, analysis, and reporting. These are all the phases are available in the performance testing process. The first phase is proof of concept. In the proof of concept, mainly we have to check on below. The one is analyze the application, on which technology the application has been developed, what is the communication mechanism they have used, which performance tool they are used for the application, what are the protocol suits for the application, what are the licensing cost for each performance tool. This is about the proof of concept. The next phase is requirement gathering. Okay, in the requirement gathering, we have to get two ways. The one is if the application is already in the production, then we have to take the last 3 months production logs with the help of production team. Okay, after analyzing the production logs, we have to take the peak hour metrics as shown below. Like in the last 3 months logs, out of 3 months, we have to identify the peak month of the log. In the out of the peak month, we have to identify the peak week. Okay, in the peak week, we have to calculate the peak day volume. In the peak day, we have to calculate the peak hour volume. Okay, in the once we calculate peak hour volume, then we have to check below metrics. The metrics are critical business transactions, users load for each scenario, what is the target volume for each scenario, what are the minimum, average, maximum response times for the each critical business transaction. This is about the if the application is already in the production. If the application is brand new, then we have to set up a call with different stakeholders. There we will ask different questions as part of the non-functional requirements. The questions are, first we have to check what is the application overview, what is the application type, whether it is a web application, web services, or mobile application. Okay, what is the user load for the each scenario, and what are the target volume for the each scenario, what are the average response times for the each critical business transaction. Okay, these are all the metrics we will ask in the call if the application is brand new. Okay, next phase is test plan preparation. Okay. After analyzing the non-functional requirements, we have to prepare the test plan. The test plan usually prepared by the test lead. Okay. In the test plan, we have a different elements. Okay. The elements are application overview. The application overview means on which technology the application has been developed. Okay. Who are all going to use this application? Okay. How many users they are expecting for this application, and which technology the application has been developed. This is about the application overview. The next element is architectural design. The architectural design means how many servers we have, like how many web servers, app servers, DB servers, and middleware servers. Each servers, what is the capacity? The capacity means processor, memory, disk, process for each server. That is about the architectural design. Okay, next element is purpose and scope. Okay, which purpose we are going to use this application, what are the in scope scenarios in this application, like how many scenarios we have, for each scenario what is the call flow, and each scenario how many transactions are there. That are the in scope scenarios. Okay, the next element is schedule summary. Schedule summary means when we are going to start the performance test. Okay, what is the estimation for the scripting? What is the estimation for the results preparation? Estimation for the data setup? Estimation for the execution? This is under the schedule summary. The next element is entry and exit criteria. Here, entry criteria means Whenever the prerequisites are satisfied, that we will call as a entry criteria. Here the prerequisites are, the first one is environment readiness. Okay, whether the environment is available or not for the performance testing. Okay, at what type of environment we are using? Is it the shared environment or it's a dedicated environment for the performance team? That we have to check. Okay, the other one is approved performance related documents. The documents are test plan, test strategy, scripts, data. These documents are approved or not, that we have to check. The other one is readiness of the tools on data. The tools, which tool we are going to use. Okay, whether it is a load runner, JMeter, RPT, or any other performance tool, whether it is available or not, that we have to check in the entry criteria. The exit criteria means whether all the test results are met SLAs or not. Here the SLAs means it's a threshold values, that means it's a expected values. The expected values are response times, throughput values, hits per second, some other metrics, those we will call as a entry criteria. The next one is organized structure. The other element is roles and responsibilities. Here roles and responsibilities means how many resources are involved, what is the role for each resource, and what are the responsibilities for the each resource, that we will call as a roles and responsibilities. The next element is test deliverables. Test deliverables means we have to deliver the uh, elements or results, okay, once the test is done. Okay, the test deliverables are mainly what are the response times, what are the throughput values, what are the hits, okay, how many users we have executed. If you go for the server side deliverables, okay, mainly for the object, okay, we have a different objects like processor, memory, disk, process. These are all the objects. Each object we have a different metrics over there. Okay, based on those, we have to provide test deliverables. The next one is test scripts or scenarios. Okay, how many scripts we are going to include in the execution? Okay, oh, for each script, what are the transactions we have? Those we have to check under test scripts or scenarios. The next element is type of performance test. Like what type of performance test we are going to conduct, whether it is a load test, stress test, endurance test, or capacity test. Okay, based on the test we have to conduct. The next one is which performance tool we are going to use. Okay, okay, what tool we are going to use for this application, whether it is a load runner, JMeter, RPT, or some other performance tools. Okay, the next one is what are all the metrics we are going to collect. Okay, the metrics means in the final report we are going to give client side metrics, server side metrics, okay, some other details we are going to collect here. Okay, the next phase is test script design. Based on the performance tool, we are going to prepare the scripts. In scripts, mainly we have a different enhancements like transaction points, parameterization, correlation, functions, checkpoints, and some other custom code. Okay, based on this we have to design the script. The next phase is bulk data setup. Okay, the bulk data setup is important in the performance testing. Why? Because our aim is we have to execute with the different users load during our performance test execution. For that purpose we need a different amount of setup data, okay, in order to execute the test. We have to get the different ways for this bulk data, okay, with the help of DBA team or with the help of test data team or using any one of the performance tool, we have to generate the bulk data. The next phase is multi-user scenario design. Okay, we are going to use any one of the performance tool to design the test here. In test, mainly we have to consider different parameters. The parameters are how many scripts we have, Okay, each script, what is the volume we are going to use? Okay, what are the types of test we are going to conduct? What is the ramp up period, duration, ramp down for each scenario here? Okay, the next phase is test execution. Once test design is done, we have to execute the test here. Okay, during test we have to check what are all the response times for the each transaction here. Okay, what is the error rate, what are the failure rate? Oh, okay, what are the average minimum max response times for the each transaction? And we can check some other information in the test execution. The next phase is monitoring. We have to monitor the test during execution or after completion of the test execution with the help of any one of the monitoring tool. We have a different monitoring tools in the market. The one is AppDynamics, Dynatrace, Sitescope, Wiley Intrascope. We, based on your monitoring tool, we have to monitor the test results here. Okay, the next phase is analyzing the test results. Okay, once the monitoring is done, then we have to analyze the test results. The next phase is report preparation. After analyzing the test results, we have to prepare the report. Okay, based on your template. These templates are very based on the company or based on the client. Okay, the report contains application overview, architectural design. Okay, what are the scenarios we are going to include? What are the transaction response times for the each scenario? Okay, what is the user load we have used? Okay, what are the throughput values? What are the metrics we are going to use? Okay, what are the infrastructure details? The infrastructure details mainly processor, memory, disk, process. What is the failure rate? What is the error rate? This is under the report preparation. Okay, like and subscribe for more performance testing concepts.